Hi everyone, it's Lizzy from Wendy. Today I'm joined by Varun, the CTO of Daily, the makers of Pipecat, a super popular framework for building AI voice projects.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So I'm Varun. I've been working with voice and video for the last 20 years. We built Pipecat right at the beginning when ChatGPT launched. We realized that if you can chat with ChatGPT, then why can't you talk to ChatGPT? Yeah, so Pipecat is the most widely used orchestration framework that connects any speech to text, any text to speech, and any LLM.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the projects and companies that use Pipecat?
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind when you think about voice AI is support bots, right? If you call up a restaurant and want to book an appointment, like instead of human doing it, like it's a real easy look up for the bot to see the calendar, figure out if it's free at that time, and make the booking for you and send you the booking. You can apply that to pretty much anything. You want to refund your Amazon whatever order, your DoorDash thing did not arrive on time, whatever. So any use case is definitely possible today already.
Awesome. So here we have a demo of Pipecat running on WendyOS. Think of it as like a Siri or an Alexa that you have full control over and can build awesome function calls with.
So the smart thing here is that you have a speech to text, a text to speech, and an LLM built in. This is the speakerphone, so you can talk to it. It transcribes, it takes the audio, transcribes it locally, sends it off to the LLM responds, and then the text to speech like speaks it back. Depending on what type of tool calls, like this one's actually configured to use the web, so we can ask it a bunch of questions and it should answer.
Yeah, and we should. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Wilder, an AI agent running on this Raspberry Pi with WendyOS.
Thanks, Wilder. I'm heading to New York next week, and I'm curious about the weather and what would be a good place to get hot dogs.
The weather looks pretty nice next week overall. Cool early in the week, then warmer around Thursday and Friday. You should go to Gray's Papaya for the classic Manhattan pick for hot dog.
That's cool.
You know, I was just in New York, which made me want to watch The Devil Wears Prada. And I really wanted to know, how many Oscars has Meryl Streep won?
Meryl Streep has won 3 Oscars. Kramer vs. Kramer, Best Supporting Actress, Sophie's Choice, Best Actress, and The Iron Lady, Best Actress.
That's fascinating. Isn't there a new version coming out of Devil Wears Prada? Like two?
Yes, a sequel is coming out in 2 weeks.
Where can I watch it in San Francisco?
All major theaters in San Francisco should be showing it, like AMC Metreon and Kabuki Theater.
Yeah.
Great. So this is Wilder running on WendyOS right in front of us. It actually has 3 AI models. Varun, would you care to explain the architecture?
So as I said before, there's a speech to text, there's an LLM, there's a text to speech. Interestingly, both the speech to text and the text to speech runs locally here. We'll get to that later, and then we have the Gemini 3.1 Flash running in the cloud. So it transcribes my audio, then sends it off to Gemini. Gemini responds, does a bunch of cool tool calls as we saw before, and then when the response comes back, the local text to speech model. It's a small model, so it works relatively okay, and it speaks it back to me.
What is the benefit of having the speech to text and the text to speech models running on the device versus running on the cloud?
It's a really good question. Like, I think our use case here is like, especially with physical AI, is that we want to be able to talk to it all the time. And if you're talking to it and it's talking back, if you think about 365 days in a year, 24/7 operations, that can get expensive. And this is not like a medical grade thing, right? Like it's just like trying to interact with you. So having a model that is relatively easy and accurate and not very heavy, running locally is actually a really good cost saver for business.
Now, so I'm going to ask an elephant in the room type of question that everybody wants to know. Why can we still run the LLM on the cloud?
That's a really good question. So in this case, the reason we choose to run this in the cloud is the local model, like let's say Gemma, which launched like a couple of weeks ago, is producing like tens of tokens per second. For any voice AI product, you generally need more tokens than that for it to be responsive. And I think we'll get there. So I think Gemma 4 launched a couple of weeks ago. I think there will be Gemma 4.5 or Gemma 5, and the model will get faster, less heavier, and we'll be able to probably get like hundreds of tokens per second. And when we're at 50 tokens per second or 100 tokens per second, we can definitely have a model which does not that runs locally, and you don't need to go to the cloud.
Totally understandable. Given this architecture, where do you think people should take a lot of their voice models into the physical AI world, like robots, smart cameras, and drones?
I think there's an open field right now, because I think the example I gave you earlier was like about support, and there's a lot of like the rudimentary, I would say, use cases, like people calling things, people like doing support. But I think the vision that all of us who are working with voice is that what we don't yet have today is a voice OS, right? Like we can't talk to our computers. We would love to. Star Trek has shown us like for 50 years that we really want to do that. And now we have robots running around us in the physical space, or we have drones. It's much easier for us to like tell it what to do than to interact with like let's say a controller like this to kind of do it manually. Then you need like an actual operator who would like operate it every day, has muscle memory to like help it navigate, as opposed to like just telling the robot like fetch me a coffee, right? And it goes fetches. Like even if it didn't make the coffee, it can definitely get you the coffee from another table, sitting in another room to us.
That sounds pretty nice. For the devs out there, the code is all online at this link. Varun, I'm sure you'll be back for our next videos with Pipecat on Wendy, but on a robot.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that. A physical object being controlled by voice. Awesome.